In this video, we're going to start creating the geometry necessary for a small dome room. So to start off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my view from the top view to an isometric view by clicking on the small icon here, which is called the ISO view. Now I enabled this toolbar earlier, so it's here. If you don't see your view toolbar, all you need to do is right click on the top and click here where it says views, and your view toolbar should pop up. Right. So I'm going to click on my ISO view, and I'm going to start by drawing the base of my plan by using a small rectangle here. So I'm going to click here, and you can click anywhere you want in your drawing. You can start from the middle, and as you can see, it automatically snaps to the middle. If you move your cursor, it's gonna automatically snap to the middle, and it's fine wherever you want to draw, you can draw. So maybe I'm gonna start here, right? I'm gonna click here and drag my mouse, and when I drag, you begin to see that it's changing the form into a rectangle, right? And as I'm drawing, please look at the lower right hand corner of your window where it says dimensions. You'll begin to see that the numbers are changing, right? When I change my mouse position, the numbers are changing. It's showing me feet and inches. So that's exactly what I want to do. I want to give a precise dimension to this flow plan, and I know that the dimensions are 19 feet and 4 inches by 12 feet and 9 inches. So that's the dimension that I'm going to give in order to create the base of my dome room, and this information is found in the attachments that I've provided. So I'm going to go and say 19. I'm going to enter it on my keypad, on my keyboard. 19 feet, which is apostrophe, so 19 apostrophe, and 4 quotation marks to say 19 feet and 4 inches, and then comma. I'm not gonna type in a space or add a space here, so 19 apostrophe 4 quotation mark, comma, 12 apostrophe 9 quotation mark. That gives the dimension of the base of my dome room. It's going to be 19 feet and 4 inches by 12 feet and 9 inches. When I've entered that, and when you see it on your screen, on the lower right hand corner of your screen, all you need to do is press the enter key on your keyboard, and it's going to create this base flow for my dome room. This is the entire size of the dome room. Now what I can do is also I can press my escape key to move away from the tool, and then use my orbit tool to see it from a different angle, like so. So this is basically my flow plan. I just want to show you it in a different view to see how it's going to look like. Now all I need to do is raise these up and you'll get the plan, but before that we need to create the walls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my view again to the top view. Alright, so the top view. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want to create the basic walls, the walls surrounding this. So I'm going to give a thickness to the wall. Usually walls are about 9 inches in thickness, so I'm going to use a special tool. Here you'll find a tool called offset. So I'm going to click on that tool, and when I move on top of it, it changes the object, kind of similar to the way that it changed the shape when we were working with the push-pull tool. So when you see this matrix of dots, you just click and drag your mouse like so, and you'll see an outline, right? Now it's going to give us, and when you do this, you also see on the bottom right hand corner of your screen the numbers are changing, and the number that we want this to have is about 9 inches to get a 9 inch thick wall. So 9 inches, 9 quotation mark, and then press enter, and then you have your walls, right? If you take a look at your floor plan that I've provided, there is another wall somewhere around here, and there is a precise dimension that we need to work with as well. Now, according to the drawing that I provided, what we need to do is we need to measure 4 feet from this corner, somewhere up to here perhaps, and then draw a wall like so, right? To do that, I'm going to use my pencil tool, and I'm going to click here. I'm going to move my pencil tool along this line, and you see it's snapping to that line, and that's perfect. So once I start working with my pencil tool, all I need to do is provide the dimension. In this case, it's going to be 4 feet. So 4 apostrophe 4 feet, and then press enter. You don't see what happened right now. What you need to do is you need to move your mouse on top of the line, and at some point you'll get this green dot which says end point, and that's where our line stopped. So from here to here, we know that's 4 feet, and that's perfect. That works with what we want to do. So from that point, you just draw a line to this end like so, and you do the same thing to get the thickness of this wall again as well, the same way. So the thickness is going to be 9 inches. So you click here, move your mouse, and say 9 quotation marks, and press enter. And then you find the endpoint, and then just draw a line. Now, one thing that you'd see is that SketchUp automatically draws a straight line. It snaps to this green axis that we have. You see, when I move my mouse around, it tries to snap to this green line, which means it's straight. So that's what we want to happen, right? So you draw a line like so. The next thing that we want to do is we want to trim these according to the dimensions provided in the drawing, right? And the dimension is from here to here, it's about 4 feet and 8 inches. So I'm going to measure the same thing. So 4 feet and 8 inches. Look at the bottom right hand corner of your screen. I'm typing these numbers in. So 4 feet and 8 inches, and press enter. And when you move your mouse, you'll see where that ends. This is the end point of that line. Just connect it to the other side, and as you can see, it's snapped to this red axis. This line is parallel to this red axis as well. Do the same thing on the other side. So move your mouse. It says 2 feet and 8 inches here. Press enter. Find the end point. Connect it. Now we're basically done with our dorm room. Now we obviously have some minor things that we need to work on, like the door that's here and the window that's here, and that's okay. We'll just leave it for the time being. Now what we need to do is clean the drawing up a little bit. So I'm going to go to my eraser tool, and I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to click on this line here, click on this line here. Those get erased. I'm gonna clean this little thing here, gonna clean this little thing here as well. Now we have our dorm room, and in order for us to see it in 3 dimensions, we need to push pull this wall up. So before I push pull it, I'm gonna go into my isometric view by clicking here, clicking on this icon here, and there we have it. And I'm gonna pan a little bit so that I can see it a bit more. I'm going to use my push-pull tool. Click on the push-pull tool, which is on the large tool set, and when I bring my cursor on top of my walls, you see it turns to this matrix of dots that we saw previously, and we want to raise the walls, not the floor but the wall. So make sure that your mouse is on the wall, and once you see the dots, click and pull it up, and you have your dorm room. Now we need to, don't click again, because we need to have a precise dimension for the height of the dorm room. And what we're going to do is we're going to say the height of the dorm room is going to be 10 feet. So 10 apostrophe enter. And that's basically your dorm room. The next steps are to add our window, add our door, and add materials, add furniture, and then we're basically done with the dorm room. So in the next video we'll start by adding the door and the window.